welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I will be reviewing the movie Kill Boro. You can watch that on Prime Video. So this movie tells the story of an angry, desperate, frustrated young boy, Elijah, who, due to his father's abuse on his mom as well as on himself, he seeks for like a solution, seeks for a way out to sort of save his mother, save himself. Trying to do that, he feels the best solution is to get his father killed. And just watch the movie to see how that all plays out. Producer of this movie is Native Media. Director is Courage. Writer of this movie is Priye, Diri. I'll now get into the cast and performances of this movie. So the first character I'll be talking about will be Boro. So who is Boro? You know, the name of the movie, Kill Boro. Who is Boro? Why are they trying to kill Boro, essentially? So let me tell you who Boro is. So Boro is this man who is a father, is a husband, is a mechanic. And in his earlier years, he was part of this gang. But when his girlfriend got pregnant and he had to start a family and all of that, he now puts his past, behind him and sort of wanted to be like a responsible man for his family. He's an abusive father, he's an abusive husband, and when the movie opens up, you get very angry and you hate the character Boro because you're like, why is this man just so angry? Why is he pouring his frustration on, his wife and his son? Towards the end of the movie, you see like, okay, he's trying to redeem himself, he's trying to do better and be better for his family. And you also come to understand, okay, he had certain debt issues, and I think he was dealing with a lot, but he didn't know how to process that, and he just ended up being a very mean, very evil person towards his family. And also the character Boro seems to be someone that is respected by, if not everybody in that community. Sure, you get like they respect him, they fear him, and all that jazz. Philip, who played Boro, he did a very, very wonderful performance in bringing his character to life, because his character will get you so upset a lot of times, but you'd also get like certain scenes where you try to understand, but nonetheless was a good performance from him. Second person I'm talking about would be BOMA. So BOMA is his wife, who was played by Ini-Dima Okojie. So now it was very different seeing Ini-Dima act in this role, because we are used to seeing her in all these urban, classy, polished movies, not like a ghetto setting. All in all, I feel she delivered very, very well. With speaking pidgin and how she was able to carry herself in a different light that we're used to seeing her. So now, BOMA is a very, very hardworking, very dedicated mother. Despite the abuse she's facing, despite everything that she's going through, she still tries as much as possible to let her son know like he needs to respect his father. He should not, be angry at his dad. Like yes, she's angry, but she keeps saying in the movie like, the Boro now, not the Boro I fell in love with, it's not the Boro I got married to. So she's still somehow there was this like glimmer of hope that the person she knew would come back, not the beast that is in front of her, essentially. Character BOMA was just like an understanding wife. She held the family down, she was very hardworking, she was very loyal. In bits in scenes where she had to like give like support her husband with money to do this and do that. And like the character was very very, very emotionally invested role, but she did a very good performance on that. Next character I'm talking about would be Elijah. So Elijah for me is like the person that carried this whole movie on his back. So Elijah was played by Kosiso. Kosiso, who is full name here in this picture. So this young boy, deserves all the flowers because he did an exceptional performance. He delivered his character so well. Like he was a very smart, very hardworking, very headstrong, stubborn, angry boy. Of course, he's the son of BOMA and Boro. So considering the abuse him and his mom have been facing, this now the effects of all that growing up in that kind of environment and the boy was just so angry and just so upset. Even at a point, you see that he actually hated, his father, and he just wanted his father gone because he felt like that was the only way to protect his mom. Now, later on, you find out that okay, the mom was also pregnant, so he was also trying to protect his mom and protect his younger brother, like he wants a younger brother, so he was trying to protect them. And the best way he could do that was to, try to find a way that his father just ends up dead. That aside, his character was one you grow to understand, one you grow to love, one you grow. You feel like this boy, you just need to sit this boy down and talk to him because the conversations he keeps hearing, where his parents are talking and everything. He doesn't get the full picture. Like he was just very angry. Like he was really angry, and all that anger and frustration and everything just turned into something very ugly. And you could see the mom was also trying to make him understand, like, oh, you don't need to be angry, like forgive your father and everything. Like there are certain clips where the father is like trying to do better and be better. When he comes and he tells him to buy to bring peace, like he wanted to prepare meal for the family, and he was like really excited, but Elijah was just looking at him, giving him this dirty look, this nasty look. Like when he made the food and was dishing and everything, Elijah just had this, like he wasn't buying it. He just thought like everything was an act, and his father was a monster. And he was like, at times, like when people are talking, they'll keep reminding like, this is your father, you can't kill your father, this is your father, kind of thing. But I feel like he forgot at a point because his father wasn't being a father most of the time. So all the image he had in his head, I feel like everything imprinted on him was just this abusive monster that him and his mom need to get away from. But that aside, I enjoy watching his character in this movie. And he's also very hardworking, considering the fact that, he was told that, okay, if you want to get your father killed, you need to bring 200K. You can see like all the odd jobs he was doing to try and raise that money. Like he was really dedicated to his cause. And he was also very smart school-wise, but he had to drop out of school due to financial challenges and everything. But at the end of the day, you come to realize that he's not so different from his dad. They're mirror image of each other, but everybody, they just channel their energy into wrong things. Next character I'll talk about would be BOSSMAN. So BOSSMAN was played by Greg. It was different seeing this guy play in this role, this like gang lord, gang leader, thug. Like he was basically the head of the thug club. He was basically the head of this ghetto thug life thing there in Azwama. And it was different. It was seeing Greg in a different light. And honestly, he did his thing, he delivered well. And it was sort of like a father figure for Elijah, because he was somebody Elijah would run to in times of like trouble, and he was also somebody he would run to when he's conflicted, and he was somebody that Elijah also listened to. He cared about, their family as well, and saw BOMA like a brother. But that aside, as a leader, gang leader, he was doing a good cause, I guess. He didn't let them like rob people in the community. He was sort of like helping people in need and everything. The characters you get to see in the movie, you see LYDIA alongside DENZEL. So these are like also gang members, top guys that work with BOSSMAN, and they were played by Blessing, Uzero, and Michael Dappa. So they did their whole thing. LYDIA, lead, that they call her lead for short in the movie. She was always very angry. Like this girl was always ready to cut someone. She was ready to fight someone. She was just very. Then the other guy, although he didn't like have a lot of screen time, but you could see like okay, he gave that like gangster vibe. Other characters you get to see in the movie, you get to see Hilda, Dokubo, who played Mama Fanta. So Mama Fanta was like also like one mother figure in the community. Her daughter was Elijah's friend. Her name was ORABERE. She was played by Blessing Osagie. That girl, that guy is a case. But yeah, she was also somebody that was very good friends with Elijah and was also trying to talk sense into him, with the whole when he had this whole mission, trying to get his father eliminated. She was like, "He's your father, you can't do this. Don't forget he's your father." Thank God for what she did. If not, if she didn't go about, spinning the beans, things would have just ended very, very badly. But she acted her role very well. And also like a fresh face, like fresh faces you get to see. Very new, very interesting characters, very interesting actors in this movie. And we also get to see this the bad guy in this movie, the one that everybody feared and the one that was just causing havoc, who was Jaguar. So Jaguar was, I think, like a rival gang. He was the villain in this story. He was the one who borrowed, the money which he was now in debt for. Jaguar was played by Yibo, Koko, and also another character was Gentle, who was one of Jaguar's boys, was played by Brutus. So all in all, I feel like everybody gave an amazing performance. But special recognition to the child actors in this movie. They really did their thing, and it was also nice seeing new faces are not so familiar with. The movie was giving ghetto street movie vibes, but set in Port Harcourt. I feel like the ghetto part of Port Harcourt, and cinematography was well done. It was really, really done nicely. Themes in this movie. So for one, theme of family essentially, because the movie is a family movie, with the family dynamics, family vibe, like the sense of community, in the sense like they were a family, like closely knit. It was like it's not so small community, but everybody, knew themselves, and they were just like family love, the community love. Towards the end of the movie, everybody came to face Jaguar. It was like a proper family community sort of, if you get what I mean. And also the whole sense of sacrifice and redemption, theme of protection. Because with all I've said, in regards to who Boro is and how violent he was, you could see like he's also trying to redeem himself, trying to be a better father, be a better husband, and also of course touches on the issue of domestic abuse, because it was a lot, like even to the point of breaking his son's and stepping on the wife and breaking things and breaking that, like it's not okay to inflict such pain and harm on somebody you claim to love. That was also something Elijah could not understand. Like, how can he claim to love us but yet inflict so much pain, so much hurt on us? That was something that he could not wrap his head around. And also, like in the case of BOMA, like also often tend to wonder why people in abusive relationships, marriages still stay. So this movie sort of explores that, like it sort of takes us through the mind of the victim in this domestic abuse scenario. In the case of Oma, like in her own head, she was like, of course she was angry, like she could have easily just go with her son. She was just hoping that the person she knew, the man she fell in love with, the man she loved, was going to come back to her. There are certain scenes where you see him like coming to pick her from her shop and this like that, and she was looking very shocked, because I feel like we don't know how long exactly he has been abusive, but it seemed like it's been a really long time. But she was still just hopeful and just hanging on the fact that her husband would come back, like this monster in front of me is not my husband. And she was also very, very understanding, but she didn't also take into account how this was affecting her child. Like he is also dealing with the abuse, like the effect of all of that, that kind of toxic environment was also affecting her child, but she didn't know as early enough, because lots to deal with, is a lot to handle, like seeing it from an outside point of view, and now imagine somebody being in that situation. So yeah, it's easier said than done, but of course people should speak up. Like it is not okay to hurt someone, and they should always seek help. Victims should always seek help. Movie also deals with challenges people go through in life, like everyday life, and how they resolve certain issues. Like, not to make an excuse for Boro, but we could see like he was trying to be a father figure. He was trying to provide, like be the man of the house essentially. But the way he was going about it, and he was just pouring unnecessary anger and frustration out on his family, the people he was supposed to be protecting, who he was hurting. That aside, the story is very simple and also very relatable. It like also explores the complexities between, you know, father and son relationship. Well, all in all, Sha, the movie is an enjoyable watch. Like you will definitely enjoy watching. Although one thing I didn't like in the movie was, you know, the way the movie opened up. Like I didn't really understand. Okay, we saw Boro going to meet somebody and, you know, talking, and on one end somebody was getting tortured and everything. Then the other end, this other guy is telling him, okay, you have so period of time to get me my money. And you know, the guy leaves and he's just facing the river. Next thing, we get to see this young boy was following this other young boy and everything. So at the back of my mind, I thought, okay, maybe this guy is, they're doing back and forth, maybe they're doing past and present. Maybe they're showing us the younger version of, you know, this man. And sure, you get, like, that was like the opening scene didn't really add up, but watch, just keep watching the movie, you understand, and everything will make sense to you. My favorite actor would have to be Elijah, of course. Like that guy ate his role. There was even one scene where he told his mom that, so you sold yourself for pizza. You sold yourself for pizza. Because the dad got pizza and wine, sort of celebrate and everything, but the son wasn't buying it. You know, when somebody is trying his best to make amends and the other person is just like, when would you drop the act? When would you just be your true self, essentially? So that was what Elijah was doing to his dad. Like every time the dad was trying to make amends, trying to redeem himself, Elijah was just not having it. He was just not buying it. He just keep being the monster that you are, essentially. But with the way the movie ends, just go and watch it. I don't want to give so much spoilers. To see who kills Boro, to see how the family dynamic will be affected, to see what would become of Elijah and everything else in the movie. So yes, so that is it. Kill Boro on Prime Videos. Have you watched it? Let me know in the comment section. So far I think I'll rate the movie a 4. I'll give it a 4/5. Like I enjoyed the movie. Although there were certain lapses here and there, but the storytelling, like, it's very beautiful, very engaging, very related. What would you rate the movie? Who is your favorite actor in the movie? Please like this video if you've gotten to this point. Subscribe if you're also new to this channel. Check out my other movie reviews on here, and I'll see you in my next video.